Voiceover Marketing Simplified. Hey now, everybody, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of your voice acting business, and that is marketing. Now, before you just give up and say, well, I just want to record voiceovers. I don't want to be a marketer. Well, I got news for you. If you're trying to do this as a business, you got to do the marketing. Remember, these days, you wear all the hats. Marketing is the secret sauce that takes you from being a talented voice actor to a working voice actor. Your voice may be amazing. Your demos may sound fantastic. But if nobody knows you exist, you're not going to get hired. So today I'm going to talk about why marketing matters so much. Remember, it is one of the three legs of the three-legged stool. Remember, marketing, performance, and sound quality. Well, marketing is key. I'm going to go over practical strategies like social media marketing, email marketing, and a few other methods that you can use to grow your business. Because remember, the ultimate goal here is to make sure that your voice and your skills get noticed. So let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the big picture. Voiceover is a business. And yes, you do need acting chops. You need to know how to record and edit. But at the end of the day, this is an entrepreneurial journey. This is a business. And just like any business, you need to let people know that you exist. Think of it like this. Let's say you opened a new restaurant and you have the best menu in town. You've got the best chef, but if you don't put a sign out, if you don't advertise that you're there, nobody's going to come and eat. You're competing in a market where thousands of people are all vying for the same opportunities. So marketing isn't optional. I mean, if you want to be a hobbyist, knock yourself out. But if you want to make a go at this as a real business, marketing is non-negotiable. But here's the good news. You don't have to have some marketing degree or some Madison Avenue experience. All you need are a few strategies and to be consistent. Okay, let's get right into my favorite kind, and that is email marketing. Email marketing has been where I've been able to build my business the most. Now, the reason why is that email marketing puts you in front of the decision makers. I mean, people live and die by their inbox. I know I do. And if you have a clear, professional message, that's going to get you in front of a lot of the people who are not doing email marketing. Now, the first step is to create a client list. And this is by looking up content creators, video production houses, studios, e-learning providers, anyone who could possibly need a voiceover. But here's the key. Do your research. Don't just blindly send out emails without knowing who you're sending to. Do the research to find out if this is the person who is going to be responsible for hiring voice talent at that particular place. The next step is to keep it short and sweet. Don't write War and Peace in your email. Who you are, what you can do for them, what you specialize in, a link to your website, and that's it. People have really short attention spans, and if you write a big novel in your email, they're just going to move on. Number 3 is stay consistent. Email isn't kind of a one and done deal. Stay on top of it. If someone doesn't reply back to you, follow up and continue to build the list of people that you've reached out to so that you know and can follow up later if you need to. This is where a good CRM comes in handy. And a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager. And I'll probably do another video on these later, but this is just a piece of software that'll help you categorize and keep track of new and existing clients or potential clients. The beauty of email marketing is that it builds direct relationships. It's like planting seeds. It may not grow tomorrow, but eventually you do see the results over time. Okay, next up, let's talk about social media marketing. And social media is here to stay, and that's where a lot of people spend their time. So if you're not using social media as a part of your overall marketing strategy, you are missing a big piece of the puzzle. So what that means is if you want to be remembered, you need to show up where your clients or potential clients are scrolling. Now, not every platform on social media is right for this. There are a few that I use and a few that I don't use, but let's start with the one that I use the most, and that's LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably the best for professional outreach, and the reason why is that it is so business-centric. So this is where producers and agencies and corporate clients hang out. What you want to do is you want to share posts about things like, recent jobs you completed, maybe a new demo, articles about voiceover trends, things to stay on their radar. The next one is Instagram. And now this is cool because you can actually show a little bit more of your personality. So sure, you can post business-related stuff, quick videos or memes or whatever, but you can also show your own life and personality. So things about your daily life, what you're into, your family. People like to know that other people are real people and are good to do business with. Next up is YouTube. Now, the way I use my YouTube channel for my business, not this one, but my voiceover business, is I showcase jobs that I've done. I basically use it as a repository. So any jobs that I've completed and I've gotten back from the client, I will upload to YouTube just so I can have them there and showcase that via my website. The bottom line with social media is that it's all about consistency. Remember, consistency beats perfection. So what you want to focus on is being consistent, post often, and stay on people's radar, like I mentioned earlier. One last thing about social media. A lot of people think that if they don't have a lot to post, then they don't really know what to do on social media. And sure, posting your own content is great if you've got it. But remember, half the battle is working with other people and building relationships. So like and comment and share other people's posts. That will get you in the door. Like I said earlier, clients aren't hiring just a voice. They're hiring a collaborator. So by using social media, they can kind of learn a little bit more about you before they hire you. And it's a little bit easier to relate to people when they already have an idea of your background.
And now for something completely different.
If you struggle with marketing your VO business, don't worry, you're not alone. This is where lots of people get stuck. But never fear, because this month's live masterclass is all about direct marketing. And it's all going down on October 28th at 5 p.m. Pacific. In this live 90-minute class, I'm going to take you through the exact steps that my assistant Hannah and I use to keep my VO pipeline full. I'm going to cover why your website is so crucial to your VO marketing and best practices for your site, my steps for researching who to reach out to, my exact email process, when and how to follow up with potential clients, using LinkedIn to maximize reach, keeping everything organized in my CRM, and tons more. Seats are limited to 100 attendees so we can make sure we get to all the questions. And as always, I'll be drawing a name from all the entrants to win a free seat to the class. And of course, these live masterclasses are always recorded, so if you can't attend live, you'll always have the replay available. Learn more and sign up below in the description and the pinned comment.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Okay, so we talked about direct marketing, we talked about social media, so what else can you use for marketing out there? Well, the first big one is your website. Now, I like to say all roads lead to your website, no matter what marketing channel you're using. If you're using email marketing, you need to have a link in your email to your website. If you're using social media marketing, you need to have a link on whatever you're posting to your website. Your website should be where everything about you is housed. Your demos, a client list if you have one, a way to contact you, your social media links. All of that should be built into your website because remember, all roads should lead there. Another great way that a lot of people still don't realize works is in-person marketing. Face-to-face marketing and networking can really lead to a lot of opportunities that you really just can't get via email or social media. Being able to look someone right in the eye and handshake or fist bump or whatever we're doing these days post-COVID is a great way to just get to know someone on that personal level. Here's a quick story. One of the very first clients that I reached out to on LinkedIn was actually a local client here in the Phoenix area, and he does videos on desert racing. So when I reached out to him on LinkedIn, he told me that he literally lived like 3 miles away from me. So we actually set up a time to meet up. So I went over to his studio and sat down and watched him work, and that was, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, and he still sends me regular work because we have that direct connection. Okay, this next one's kind of old school, but it still works, and that's cold calling. I know a lot of people freak out when they think about picking up a phone and calling someone, but I'll tell you, it really goes a long way in building good relationships. And it really is as simple as just asking if they're accepting new demos. Pay-to-play sites are another way that you can actually market your business. Yes, because they're called pay-to-plays, you have to pay to be on them, but they are their own little ecosystem where you can create a profile, you can get audition opportunities, but it's just one more marketing channel that you should add to your overall business. Remember, the goal of your marketing should be to get as many audition opportunities as possible. Now, the magic is when you combine all of these into one strategic marketing plan, because one is fine, but when you put them all together, that's where you can really move the needle. Let's say, for example, you reach out to someone via email who produces e-learnings, and you put a link to your website in the email, they listen to it, they reply back, and they say, "Sounds great. We'll keep you on our list for future projects." Next, you reach out to them on LinkedIn and you connect there. Now, because you've already spoken with them via email, your name is already recognizable, so they'll most likely go ahead and accept the invite to connect. Now they're seeing your content when you post it. Then, every couple of months or so, you can follow back up with them via email because you've entered them into your CRM and you know to follow back on a certain date. That will keep you, once again, on their radar. Do you see how using all of these in tandem will really help you stay top of mind with these clients or potential clients that you're reaching out to? Now, before we wrap up, I want to talk about mindset, because as always, when your mind isn't right, nothing works. A lot of voice actors, especially when they first start, are uncomfortable marketing. They're uncomfortable doing that cold outreach. They feel like it's, too salesy or pushy, and they'd rather spend their time, tweaking their demos and doing stuff to their booth rather than going ahead and taking that very first step and getting out there and getting work. Remember, marketing isn't about being salesy or pushy. It's about solving problems. They need a voice for their project. When you reach out to them and you show that you can provide value and solve their problem of needing a voice, that's where the magic is. Okay, let's bring it all home. If you want to succeed in voice acting, talent and technical ability are only 2/3 of the equation. That other third is letting people know you exist. That's where the marketing comes in. We talked about email marketing, which is where you're building those direct, lasting relationships. And quite honestly, that is how I've built my business over the years. Because sure, it's fine to be on pay-to-plays and these other platforms, but if any of those happen to go away and you've put all your eggs in those baskets, that's going to be a problem. With email marketing, you've got people all over the globe who use you on a regular basis. If any one of them goes away, you're probably not going to feel it that much. We also talked about social media marketing and some of the platforms that work on that front. That is really for keeping you visible and top of mind. And we also talked about some of the other options, things like in-person marketing and cold calling and things that you can also kind of just sprinkle in on top of your marketing efforts. So when you use all these tools consistently, you will actually be able to create a system for getting out there, getting found, getting heard, and getting hired. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one of the strategies we talked about today and commit to doing that over the next week. Send out an email or two. You don't have to send out 50 a day, but just start small. If you haven't already, jump on LinkedIn, create your profile, start posting some samples. There is one caveat to any of this direct marketing stuff. Make sure that before you do any direct marketing, you do have good quality pro demos and a good website to showcase them on, or else you risk kind of wasting that first impression. Leave a comment below and let me know what marketing technique you like the best, and maybe one that you're not quite sure of or the one that you struggle with the most. Also, if you want to learn why it's not all doom and gloom when it comes to voiceover and AI, then check out this video right here.